Hello, and welcome to English for You. I'm Seb.
And I'm Kathy.
So, Kathy, are you a big fan of cars?
Actually, I'm not.
Oh, no, really? You don't like watching any movies about cars? Not even the Disney movie Cars?
I'm not familiar with cars.
Oh, okay. But you must know some famous cars, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
For example, like Ferrari.
Okay, so nice sports cars. The kind of stuff that, those kind of big, like red, yellow cars, like really swanky cars you see people racing down the street in. Yeah. I'm familiar with those cars too, but also some newer cars like Tesla. Tesla, the kind of electronic
car.
cars. Yeah, the hybrid, which everybody's talking about. I actually rode in one recently.
Really?
Yeah, they're really cool because they have a huge computer inside which can show you everything going on, and it feels like you're driving in the future.
Cool.
Yeah. So today we're not talking about very futuristic cars. We're not talking about cars from the future. We're talking more about a car from the past, and that car is called the Volkswagen Beetle. The Volkswagen Beetle. So shall we get started?
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's find out a little bit more about this fantastic car.
Reading.
The Beetle, a brief history of a beloved car. The Volkswagen Beetle has taken a long and winding road through history. This iconic bug-shaped car goes back to World War II. In the 1930s, the German government wanted to make a new type of car that was cheap enough for everyone to buy. To do this, they started the Volkswagen Company, which designed the Beetle as its first car. After the war, the Beetle was marketed in Europe and North America as an affordable and efficient vehicle. It became popular with young people in the 1950s and 1960s. College students loved it. However, in the 1970s, the Beetle faced competition from small Japanese cars. These were safer and used space more efficiently. Volkswagen stopped making Beetles in 1979. Yet, the car remained popular. Volkswagen brought back the Beetle with a newer look in 1998. This time, they added expensive features. The design was never as well liked as the original, though. Now, Volkswagen has decided to make other types of cars. In July 2019, the last Beetle rolled out of the factory.
Okay, so our article starts like this. The Volkswagen Beetle has taken a long and winding road through history. Okay, so we saw that it has taken a winding road through history. Now, winding is an adjective, and when we describe a road as winding, it has lots of curves and bends in it. Think about the roads in Hualien and Nantou going along the sea and round the mountains. Those are winding roads. The winding road in the article isn't a real road, though. We're talking about a winding road through history, which means that the Beetle has got a very long history with lots of good times and lots of bad times in it. So it's gone up and down in terms of the good and the bad. So we get the word winding, the adjective winding, from the verb to wind, which means to wrap a cord or a string around something, or to turn a handle round and round. We can also say that a river winds if it has lots of bends in it. Now, we have an example sentence for winding. A winding path led through the forest, twisting and turning through the trees. Okay, so a bendy path, a squiggly path.
这篇文章一开头说 Volkswagen 福斯汽车是一款 Beetle 金龟车 has taken a long and winding road through history 在历史上走过漫长而且曲折的一段路。大家比较熟悉 wind 这个字意思是风，但是当它变成形容词的时候念法就不同咯，念作 winding 意思是蜿蜒的曲折的。大家可以想象你开车经过台东或是南投的山路 Those are winding roads 文章里面说的并非真的弯曲的路，而是 a winding road through history 意思是 Beetle 在它漫长的历史上 走过好与坏的时光。而 winding 这个字是从动词的 to wind up 来的，就是卷紧这个动作，就像把绳索缠绕在某样东西上面。而如果你想形容河流弯曲的形状，你可以说 a river winds。这里刚刚提到的 bend 也是指弯曲的意思。The article then goes on and says, this iconic bug-shaped car goes back to World War II.
Oh, so a very, very long bit of history there. Very long history to this car. Now, we have a compound adjective here as well. That's two adjectives we've linked together with a hyphen. Bug-shaped, which means, you guessed it, shaped like a bug. So why do they call the car iconic, though?
I guess that's because it was considered a very special and unique kind of car at that time.
Okay, I see.
这个意思是具代表性，有虫子一般形状的金龟车的历史，要追溯到2次世界大战的时候了。Iconic 是形容词，意思是具有代表性的。Bug-shaped 是复合形容词，像虫子形状。这篇课文的意思指的是金龟车的造型像甲虫。Goes back to 就是追溯到什么时候，而如果是 go back to 这个片语意思，就是回到某个地方。例如we have to go back to Taipei tomorrow afternoon。另一个意思是重操旧业。这里有个例句让大家参考。She decided to go back to teaching. 她决定重新回到教职。
Right, so she's returning to teaching. She's
Yes.
going back to the job that she did before. So what are we going back to with the article? The article is going back to before World War II. In the 1930s, the article says, the German government wanted to make a new type of car that was cheap enough for everyone to buy. Of course, because at the time, cars were very expensive and not everybody had cars. So the German government at the time wanted to make a car that everyone could buy. And that's actually where the name Volkswagen comes from. It comes from the word Volkswagen in German, and Volks means people and Wagen means car. So it's the people's car, the car for everyone.
Car.
Clever. So it's a clever name. So they were making a new car that was cheap for everyone to buy. So what did they do next?
To do this, they started the Volkswagen Company, which designed the Beetle as its first car.
Right, okay, so they designed the Beetle. Now, when we design something, we plan how it will look, how it will be made, or what it will do. So that's a verb there. Basically, we are planning something that hasn't been made yet. Design can also be a noun, and if you like clothes and drawing, then you might have heard of fashion design. That's a type of job where people think of new and interesting clothes or draw new clothes out so people can make them later. We can call the people who do this fashion designers. A design, that's also a noun, meanwhile, is a plan that you make for a new product or thing. So there are lots of jobs about designing things. Of course, you might have heard of architects. Those are people who do architecture. They practice architecture, which is where you design buildings. Or we could talk about graphic designers.
Yes. Graphic design.
So people who are, making images to put online or to use on packaging, those are graphic designers, and they do graphic design. Now let's take a look at an example sentence of design. Here we're using it as a verb. Apple designed its first phone, the iPhone, in the 2000s.
刚刚文章提到政府想要做一种新款的车，便宜到让每一个人都买得起哦。为了要达成这件事情 to do this, 他们开创了 Volkswagen Company, which designed the Beetle as its first car. 设计了 Beetle当做他们第一款的车型。这里我们要看一个单字 design, 在文章中是当动词使用，是设计的意思。Design 也可以当名词用，指的是设计图或是设计稿。例如时尚设计 fashion design。2006年呢，有一部很有名的电影叫做 The Devil Wears Prada。
Oh, that's a
穿
good
着
movie.
Prada 的恶魔，yes， 就是呢和 fashion clothes 和 design 有关的影片哦。那做这类型工作的人，我们称之为 designer 设计师。大家可以想象有很多和 design 相关的产业，例如 architecture 建筑，architects 建筑师。
Right, so after the war, the Beetle was marketed in Europe and North America as an affordable and efficient vehicle. Now, I guess the article isn't talking about a supermarket here, is it?
No. 在战争之后呢，金龟车就在欧洲跟北美洲上市，那被认为是一款高效能并且每个人都负担得起的车哦。这里我们先看 market 这个字哦，并不是指呢一般我们说的 supermarket 市场。好，那这边的 market 其实呢，在文章当中指的是当动词用，是行销，而这句 be marketed as 是被动用法，意思是被行销为。另外一个字是 affordable， 形容词，负担得起。如果今天你去买一个东西，你想说我负担得起，可以这么说 I can afford it。那如果负担不起，我们可以看一个例句 I really like this sports car, but I'm afraid its price is not affordable. 我真的很喜欢这部跑车，但它的价格不是我能负担得起的。
Kind of like those Ferraris from the beginning of this episode, right? So it was affordable, but it was also something else. It was efficient. Now, efficient is an adjective, and when something is efficient, it does its job without wasting any time or resources, or as little time and resources as possible. So someone who is an efficient worker, for example, that's right, you can have an efficient car or an efficient person. An efficient worker is someone who works very quickly and doesn't make any mistakes. They don't waste time playing on their phone or talking to their friends. They get things done as quickly and as well as they can. So doing that, not doing that, taking a lot of time, taking days to write an article or to finish some homework is doing inefficient work or being an inefficient person. So remember there we're adding in to efficient to mean not efficient. So an inefficient person does not work quickly and they waste a lot of time. So what do we mean when we say that the Beetle is efficient? Because the Beetle is not a person, obviously. An efficient Beetle, an efficient car, is a car that can use its fuel very well. So on one tank of gas, it can drive much, much further. Or it might be a car that has lots of space inside, or it never breaks down, so you don't have to worry about fixing it all the time. These are efficient qualities because nothing is wasted. So we have an example sentence here as well for efficient if you need some more help with it. The new boss came up with a new plan to make the company more efficient and save money. So there what he's talking about doing is making the company work better so they don't waste energy or time or money. That's how they save money because the company is more efficient.
这里我们来看一个重要的单字 efficient 形容词，意思是效率高的，高效能的。如果有员工做事很有效率，而且不会出错，我们可以说 He is an efficient worker. 那我们也可以说一个做事有效率的人，称之为 an efficient person. Does their job efficiently. 可以有效率的完成他们的工作。当我们把 efficient 这个字用在车子上，意思会是什么呢？ Efficient cars 就代表他们不耗油，加一次油就可以开很长的路了。对开车的人来说是很高效能的。It was efficient, 所以 Beetle 这么受欢迎。文章接着说 It became popular with young people in the 1950s and 1960s.
Right, it became popular. Now, there's another adjective there. And you already know that a popular person has lots of friends.
Yes.
But we can also have popular things too. It's a very flexible word. So when something is popular or an object is popular, it is liked by a lot of people and is very fashionable. So right now, K-pop is very popular because lots of people like it. They wear the same clothes as K-pop idols. And thousands of people go to see K-pop artists in concert. So we could also say that K-pop's popularity, that's the noun, is very high. We would also talk about a popular way of doing something. If we want to say that one particular method or way of doing something is what people like doing the most. So here's an example of that in our example sentence. One very popular way of traveling abroad is to go by airplane.
Beetle 在1950还有1960年代 became popular with young people， 成为很受年轻人欢迎的车。Popular 就是受欢迎的，例如 She is now a popular film star， 她现在是很受欢迎的影星。还有像现在很流行的这个 K-pop， 就是 Korean pop music， 韩国流行音乐。Its popularity is very high， 它的人气很高哦。Popularity 是名词，意思是流行、大众化、受欢迎的。而 popular 这个字的用法，后面可以加 with 或是 among， became popular with， became popular among。 除此之外，我们也可以用 popular 这个字来形容做什么事情上面。例如一件事情，大多数的人都喜欢这么做。这边有一个例句让大家参考。One very popular way of traveling abroad is to go by airplane。 出国旅行一种很流行的方式就是搭飞机去。而受欢迎呢，意味着受到人们的喜爱。这个英文怎么说？就在我们标题当中，就是 beloved 这个字，是形容词，意思是受喜爱的。所以我们可以形容 Beetle 是 a beloved car。 那么接下来我们继续来看这个 Beetle 金龟车呢， College students loved it。However, in the 1970s, the Beetle faced competition from small Japanese cars.
Right, it faced competition from small Japanese cars. But what was the competition for? Well, I think one of the things that they were all competing for was the attention of college students.
Yes.
Because that's, if you're selling a cheap car, then college students, at least 30, 40 years ago, might have been interested in buying it. So
Yes.
A college student, students are going to college, that's a noun, and college is somewhere you go to study after you finish high school. Normally, people go to college between the ages of 18 and 22, but you don't have to be those ages to go to college. You can go to college anytime you like. You can work for a while and go back to college.
Yes.
As we saw, we said going back to earlier. We can go back to college as well. And the only thing that you have to do actually is finish high school. So if you finished high school, you can go to college. Now, at college, you study a course, 科系, which is a special selection of classes about one general subject. You can also say that you major in that subject. Lastly, when you finish college, you get a degree, which is a certificate that shows you know a lot about your course. You can also use your degree to get a good job, which is why a lot of people go to college.
Yes.
There's some people that say that you should go to college to learn things, but I think a lot of us go to college because we're thinking about money, ironically. We have an example sentence for college here too. With her high grades, Alexa was able to get into one of the best colleges in the country. Now, that might be an Ivy League school if she's in the US. In the UK, that could be a Russell Group school. That's what we call the best schools. Does Taiwan have any special universities, special colleges?
I think so, yes.
Yeah? Okay, so maybe she got into one of those.
大部分人在收听我们节目的同学呢，都是高中生哦 ，high school students。等到你们从高中 graduate 毕业之后，就会进入 college。college 就是大学这个字。You will become a college student。而在大学当中，你会选择你想读的 department， 就是科系。Department store 是百货公司。英文真的很有趣哦，多一个字就差别这么大。当你 enter college 之后呢，就会选择你的主修，就是 major。如果你想说你主修英文，你可以说 I major in English。双主修就是 double major， 辅修就是 minor。例如 computer science is his minor subject， 电脑是他的辅修科目。Okay, let's move on. However, in the 1970s, the Beetle faced competition from small Japanese cars. 1970年代 Beetle 面临了来自日本小型汽车的竞争。Compete 是动词竞争， competition 就是它的名词。An unfair competition 一场不公平的竞争。A keen competition 一场激烈的竞争。
So these Japanese cars were competing with them, and they were quite successful because the article says these, that's the Japanese cars, were safer and used space more efficiently. I know that's true. A lot of Japanese cars are very good with space. They can be small, but they can fit a lot inside.
Volkswagen stopped making Beetles in 1979. Volkswagen 在1979年呢就停产了。
Yet the car remained popular. Volkswagen brought back the Beetle with a newer look in 1998. Yeah, I can remember that. We used to have a lot of Beetles on the street in England in the early 2000s. A lot of people were driving them.
他们1998年的时候带来一个全新的样貌。This time, they added expensive features. The design was never as well liked as the original, though.
Okay, so maybe not as successful as I thought. But we did see the word original there. Now, original is a noun, and an original is the original version of something. So you probably know it as an adjective, but when we're talking about an original, we're talking about the first thing that was made. So something that is not a copy. So if we're talking about the Mona Lisa, for example, there are lots of pictures of the Mona Lisa, but there is only one original, and that is in the Louvre Museum in Paris. That is the original of the Mona Lisa. Now, we have an example sentence for this here. This statue is a copy of the original, which was sadly destroyed hundreds of years ago. Oh, very sad.
Now, Volkswagen had decided to make other types of cars. 他们呢想要就是尝试做不同款的车。这边我们要来看刚刚提到有一个单字 original， 意思呢是原著、原版的当名词用。如果是 origin 这个字呢，起源、由来的意思。那刚刚 Seb 举例蒙娜丽莎的原作，我们可以说 The original is a priceless painting.原作是无价的一幅图画，盗版的不是原作，我们叫做 copies， 假的我们叫做 fake。那 original 后面可以加上 ly 变成 originally， 起初原来的。例如 It was originally a toy factory， 那里原来是一家玩具工厂。例句这里说这座雕像是原件的复制品，可悲的是在几百年前就被摧毁了。And to come back to where Seb just mentioned, in July 2019, the last Beetle rolled out of the factory. Roll out 有把呢什么东西铺开碾平的意思，这里指的是推出新产品或是服务，也可以指汽车出厂。文章说2019年7月，也就是去年暑假，最后一辆金龟车被推出厂。这边我们另外补充一个片语叫做 roll out the red carpet， 隆重欢迎，就像你在那个红毯上整个铺出来欢迎某人一样，给他最高的待遇。这边有个例句大家参考 When the new clients come next week, let's roll out the red carpet. Why not take them to that amazing 5-star restaurant? 因此这个与 roll out 相关的片语大家平常也可以用哦。
Okay, well, it's kind of a little bit of a sad ending to today's article. Hopefully, maybe the Beetle will come back again soon. But for now, that's all that we have on this story. So we're going to go through to our For You chat question now, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Beetle.
For You chat.
Okay, so our For You chat question for today is, have you ever ridden in a Beetle? Have you seen one before? Did you like it? So, Kathy, have you ever been in a Beetle before? Have you ever ridden a Beetle before?
I have never been in one, but I have seen one before.
Okay.
Yes.
And what did you think? What did you think of the design?
I think it was kind of cute, and I think it was kind of special and unique because normally other cars don't look like that.
Right, they all have the same kind of shape, but this one is, it's bubbly. It's kind of cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, I know, and you remember it. So it's a shame that they're not making that car anymore.
Oh, so sad.
And they are quite efficient, quite good. My aunt used to have a Beetle, actually. Wow. The newer one, the one that came out in 1998. And I used to really like riding in it when I was a kid. So it's sad that other people won't get to have that experience.
Yes.
Yeah. But life moves on. The car industry moves on all the time. Unfortunately, that's where our article ends. So you guys can maybe look up the Beetle now, talk about what you think about it. What does it look like to you? Does it look like a bug? Does it look like something else? Would you want to ride in one if you could ride in one? You guys talk about that now. We will join you again for another exciting story with English for You. So for English for You, I'm Seb.
I'm Kathy.
And we'll see you again next time.
Bye.
The Beetle, a brief history of a beloved car. The Volkswagen Beetle has taken a long and winding road through history. This iconic bug-shaped car goes back to World War II. In the 1930s, the German government wanted to make a new type of car that was cheap enough for everyone to buy. To do this, they started the Volkswagen Company, which designed the Beetle as its first car. After the war, the Beetle was marketed in Europe and North America as an affordable and efficient vehicle. It became popular with young people in the 1950s and 1960s. College students loved it. However, in the 1970s, the Beetle faced competition from small Japanese cars. These were safer and used space more efficiently. Volkswagen stopped making Beetles in 1979. Yet, the car remained popular. Volkswagen brought back the Beetle with a newer look in 1998. This time, they added expensive features. The design was never as well liked as the original, though. Now, Volkswagen has decided to make other types of cars. In July 2019, the last Beetle rolled out of the factory.
Vocabulary Review. Winding. We followed a winding path that took us through many interesting parts of the town. Design. The building was designed to host music festivals and sports events. Efficient. The company's most efficient factory has saved it millions of dollars this year. Popular. The city's Central Park is popular with both tourists and locals. College. After high school, Kevin left his hometown to go to a college in Taipei. Original. Tom found that the painting he bought was not the original, nor was it worth as much as he thought.
智慧小补帖
Iconic. Affordable. Competition.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net